Alright guys, it's Rick and I'm here with November Reviews Part 3. We got some doozies to talk about. We're going to dive right in. The first is a classic. Probably one of the finer works of film of the last 40, 50 years. That of course is the but the elusive film. The film that everybody talks about. The classic directed by Paul Verhoeven. And that is Showgirls. The classic... So bad it's so good movie. NC-17 starring Elizabeth Berkley about Las Vegas showgirls. This is a movie that is hard to rate, honestly. The movie's bad. It is not a good movie, but it does have qualities to it. I don't know if they're redeeming or they hurt it, but I struggle with what to rate this movie. I enjoy the movie. I think it is fun. It is mindless. It features crazy overacting. So many things that can get picked apart in this film. Plot points, gratuitous nudity, acting. But it's very watchable with all that. So yeah. You have Elizabeth Berkley, most known for her Jessie Spano portrayal in Saved by the Bell. Plays the lead, Naomi Malone, a woman who moves to Vegas to be a dancer. Not necessarily a erotic dancer, but she wants to be a dancer. However, the dance shows that are in Vegas all feature nude women, which I don't think is the case. I think that's like a glorified pipe dream by the director. Like I said, the movie's watchable. Not necessarily for good reasons, but it's really watchable. I like the slipcover, how it has the holographic look to it. Like I said, the movie's NC-17. It features a ton of nudity, language. I give it a 2.5 out of 5. I think it's watchable. It's not great. It's no classic, but watchable nonetheless. 2.5 out of 5. Next up, another movie from this year that seemed to be very divisive. A lot of people poo-pooed this. I haven't even shown this in a video yet, I believe, when this drops. It'll be in my upcoming Facebook haul video from my hookups. And saw this on 4K, and it is Antebellum, which stars Janelle Monáe. I believe it's produced by Jordan Peele. At least that's what I remember in the trailers. Maybe not. I thought Jordan Peele's name was attached to this in some way. But anyway, this movie is really interesting. The trailers kind of, I don't want to say ruin stuff, but definitely hide some stuff in there that I wish I didn't know going into it. I was really happy with the initial trailer teaser for this. This was one of my most anticipated movies of the year. Even before everything got shut down, everything got delayed. I saw the trailer for this and I was like, that looks awesome. I can't wait to see it. And this came out on PVOD. Still didn't hear much about it. It came out in physical. I got a copy. And this movie seemingly gets a good amount of hate because a lot of people who watch the trailer or look at the artwork think this is going to be a horror movie. Definitely not the case. Almost in the same vein where Get Out or Us aren't a horror movie per se, but more like a suspense, a thriller, and this is really enjoyable. Watching the bonus features after this, I'm excited to revisit this to see if I can pick up on some stuff that happens in the movie. Obviously, I don't want to spoil anything, so this is one I definitely recommend you guys check out for sure. Antebellum. So there's that. Like I said, a suspense drama in my opinion, and Janelle Monáe probably gives one of the best lead performances I've seen in a movie this year. Not that there's been many. I've seen a lot of mediocre films this year. In a year that a lot of movies got postponed, there's a lot of straight to streaming, straight to DVD stuff I've watched. But this I really enjoyed. Like I said, the bonus features really made me want to watch the movie again, which I will eventually. And the cool thing about this 4K is the bonus features were on the 4K disc, not on the Blu-ray, so I didn't have to switch discs. That was pretty awesome. So yeah, there's The History in Front of Us, Deconstructing Antebellum, which is a 2-part documentary. A Hint of Horror, The Clues of Antebellum, Opening Antebellum, Deleted Scenes, and Theatrical Trailers. I really enjoyed this. I give it a 3.5 out of 5. It was pretty close to a 4, but for now a 3.5. I definitely can see this going up on a rewatch. So Antebellum, check this one out if you've been sleeping on it. Next up is a movie that we watched on YouTube. I think that is the first time I've said that on this channel. We watched a movie on YouTube, and it was a YouTube exclusive movie, This is Paris, which is a documentary about Paris Hilton. Her name had come up a lot in the press when this movie was coming out. There was lots of she reveals something that nobody ever knew, groundbreaking. I don't want to spoil anything. However, so the scene in the beginning of the movie teases this groundbreaking revelation, goes back in time 6 months and basically follows Paris, being a DJ, being an influencer, her childhood, her family, her relationship with her mother and sister. She talks about the character that she created, this is hot thing. She talks all about that. And it was really interesting. I really enjoyed it. When she talks about how she wants to become a billionaire on her own, not with her parents or grandparents' name or money, she wants to make money on her own, which I thought was, pretty interesting. She, seems pretty intelligent, because a lot of people, when you hear Paris Hilton, you think, oh, it's the dumb blonde girl who had the sex tape and was on the reality show. Yeah, that is true. But watching this movie, you kind of feel for her and why the sex tape came out or how it came out, and the character that she basically created for the reality show. But it's impressive to see her drive. And so there's this thing that happens the last quarter of the movie that basically they've been teasing the whole time. And I personally, yes, it's very important that she talked about it. I'm not trying to discredit that or lower that, but all the stuff just about her life and how busy she is, how she doesn't sleep, how she's always hustling, she's flying all over the place. It was just really interesting. I really got sucked in. And then when the part of the movie came with the trauma, it was still interesting, but it just felt like it was totally out of left field and came out of nowhere. So I liked it. I give it a 3.5 out of 5. YouTube has other documentaries I want to check out. There's a Dude Perfect documentary, as well as one about Demi Lovato that I'm intrigued to watch. And I will at some point. They're free for regular YouTube. There was maybe 6 ad breaks in it. It was like an hour and a half, hour and 40-minute movie, which wasn't bad. The ad breaks were only like 30 seconds to a minute. So it wasn't very distracting in my opinion. Still annoying to see breaks in a movie, but for a free film, This is Paris, I give it 3.5 out of 5. I recommend it. Then we watched a modern day masterpiece, one that Bridget had never seen, and I wanted to see pretty badly, and that is, I wonder, I'm curious. So this movie, I think we watched on purpose. I've set a goal. I've set a goal to watch 365 movies in a year since I got divorced 6 years ago. Never have come close. I've gotten 280, which is a lot of movies, a ton of movies. People do, you watch that many movies in a year. My goal this year was 365 as it's been. And thanks to quarantine and lockdown and all that good stuff, I hit my goal, and I'm pretty sure this was the movie I chose to be number 365. I could be wrong. I've hit 365 movies this year. I've actually surpassed it by a handful already and still have a few weeks left. But this is the movie I picked to watch. Bridget had never seen it. I wanted to watch a Ryan Gosling movie, and that is Drive. This movie is awesome, directed by Nicholas Winding Refn. I've only seen this movie once before this viewing, but I remember thinking it was fantastic. And upon a rewatch, the movie starts out right away with an intense robbery scene. Ryan Gosling is a getaway driver. Shades of Baby Driver in a way with the getaway, although not as lighthearted as Baby Driver. This movie is definitely darker. Ryan Gosling is fantastic in the lead. He's just known as Driver or Kid in the movie. He has no official name in the movie. He doesn't talk much. He's intense. He's a stunt man. He basically drives for robberies on the side. Albert Brooks plays the villain in this movie. He's fantastic in that role, which is, very out of left field for him. Definitely not something ordinary. And the movie has a great score, gritty violence. I just think it's incredibly well done. The movie looks fantastic. Coming out on 4K next year, I believe. I'll definitely be grabbing that. But I gave this a 5 out of 5. I think Drive is a masterpiece. Really love this movie and can't recommend it enough. So Drive, 5 out of 5. Next up, I wanted to show RJ this movie. Oh, almost. Wanted to show this movie to him. He'd never seen it. And he's on a big kick. He loves Adam Sandler films. So we wanted to check out The Wedding Singer. And as always, this movie holds up. It is fantastic. Probably one of the best comedy movies Adam Sandler has done in his career. His chemistry with Drew Barrymore is absolutely palpable on the screen. It's fantastic. It's great. I love their chemistry. I love them in 50 First Dates. I even love them in Blended together. The soundtrack of this movie is awesome. I actually might... I'm just thinking about this while I'm watching it. I might watch Going the Distance when I'm done recording this next video I'm going to do. I've been wanting to revisit this. I might check this out. I need a funny comedy. Charlie Day, Sudeikis, Justin Long, Drew Barrymore. Anyway, but Wedding Singer is fantastic. Pretty funny. There were a few parts I had to mute for RJ. Forgot about some of the content, but he enjoyed it quite a bit. Wedding Singer, fantastic. I've said fantastic like 8 times. 4 out of 5. Definitely highly recommend it. Next is a really great movie that we wanted to show RJ. He said he had seen it, but I don't think he had seen it before, honestly. And that is The Blind Side, starring Sandra Bullock, which is the true story of Michael O'Hare, who ended up playing for the Baltimore Ravens. Spoiler alert to real life. Ended up playing for the Baltimore Ravens and a few other teams. Had a pretty successful NFL career. Sandra Bullock is fantastic in this film as Leanne Toohey. And Michael O'Hare is played by Quentin Aaron. I believe this was his first movie. I could be lying about that, but he was excellent as well in this movie. It's a sports movie that focuses on Michael O'Hare, basically living in a really bad area. His mom is a drug addict. He's homeless. So... Sandra Bullock and her family take Michael in, goes to private school, gets his grades up, becomes a sports star at the school. He's being, chased after by a bunch of college teams to get them to go to his school. The little brother in the movie is really funny. I really enjoy it. I'm a sucker for true story sports movies, and this is no different. A powerful film. Funny, heartwarming, sad, everything all rolled into one. I give it a 4 out of 5, The Blind Side. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. And now it's time for Rick to vent. I know I'm going to see the comments. Why did you watch it? I don't know why you watched it. My girlfriend wanted to see it. I really was going to not watch it. But I got it from my Facebook guy. And we watched Mulan on 4K. Disney, why? I could make videos upon videos about why Disney needs to stop remaking their films in the live action. I'm going to try to stick with the review right now. I don't want to go off on a tangent. So, Mulan is the first PG-13 live action remake of an animated film. This movie has been surrounded by controversy as it was part of their premium program. They charge $30 to Disney Plus users. As of the recording of this video, December 7th, you can watch it for free with your regular Disney Plus membership now. And so the movie is watchable. I will say that it is not unwatchable. I don't think many of the Disney live action remakes have been unwatchable. I just find them unnecessary. That is my biggest gripe with these movies. Another movie that turns an 80-minute animated film or an 85-minute animated film into a an hour and 55-minute, 2-hour movie. Takes away the humor with characters Mushu. It takes away the music that the movie had that was so good, the animated film. And it has great action scenes, but it just feels unnecessary. Why? Why do we keep doing this? Disney, come up with original stuff. Soul looks fantastic. Onward was great. Stop doing this. There were a few score moments that teased songs, but never the actual songs. There's a very strong message of female empowerment behind Mulan, and I get that. I appreciate it. If I want to watch it, I will watch it in the animated version of the film. 3 out of 5. Disney, stop making live action movies. Remakes, not movies, remakes. And that is it, guys. That is everything for the third week of November that I watched. Thank you guys as always for watching. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe if you don't already. Hit the bell notification so you guys know when new videos are dropping to the channel. Also, be sure to check out the description box down below where you can find links to my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, eBay page, Letterboxd where I rate and review all the movies I watch, my Blu-ray.com profile, Amazon wishlist, email address, P.O. box, all can be found down below. And that is it. So thank you guys as always for watching. And until next time, who's down to movie?